So hello guys, welcome back to another video of our channel, and in this video we'll be taking a look on the second part of the recon video, as the last video got around 5k views. So thanks for that everyone for watching the video and liking it that much. And this is a sequel of it, and we are going to take a look on how to recon in a more advanced way. Along with I'm going to teach you what to do after recon and how to get the information in a more useful way to do something from it. But before going to the video, we have announcements here. The Advanced Bug Bounty series is finished. We are not gonna make one more batch 7, something like that. Our batch 6 is ongoing, and we are gonna finish that in the next 2 months possibly. And we are launching one more, which is the 10-day of information gathering and automation bootcamp, consisting of reconnaissance along with automating multiple stuff. So we are gonna do a lot of recon on real life targets, jumping onto target, gathering information about it, and using them for more practical impacts. Along with that, we are gonna automate the whole procedure that we have used in that one. So make sure you take a look on the link in the description. And let's get the video.
So here we are once again on our computer screen. Now see, I was very randomly sitting and I thought that yeah, we can definitely make that video about Recon part 2, cause as the older one got more than 5k views. So thanks for that everyone. And with this video we are having a lots of updates. Like in the first session you have seen that we have closed our batch 6 of you can say that we have closed the Advanced Bug Bounty training series completely, cause I felt that okay, we have good number of results with that and I would like to go more specific. So we have recently launched the 10-day of reconnaissance and automation, because as I can see that everyone has a different preference of funding on a program, but I would say that in my conditions I have done a lot of recon. When I'm going for a target I spend almost more than 72 hours just on the recon. So yes, definitely I'm gonna make this one. And also those who are looking to go to something very specific, then just take a look here. You can simply take a look on the channel and there is a whole playlist which is members only. You can simply have a look on the members only playlist, which is POC corrections. So I'm gonna upload POCs regularly onto it. We have uploaded 10 POCs for now here about access controls, access source code reviews, source code disclosures, default credential logins, AM information, and I'll be kind of leaking or kind of sharing a lot of videos from my advanced classes or other classes that I'll be doing on. So you guys can definitely take a look on it. The membership costs around, I don't know how much, but yeah, I might check it. It won't be around $2.99, something like that, INR, and for dollars around or under $6 possibly. So let's take a look on our current topics. So we have seen that we have done a number of topics. We have seen the reconnaissance. Now I'll just try to elaborate that whole thing, and I'm gonna explain it to a little bit more extent. Now, as I have already shown that you can do sub findings and all these things, so I have added one more topic. It is pure DNS. Now see, why do we use pure DNS? To brute force and enumerate the subdomains. We can use it for multiple purposes, but one of my main purposes, or I will use pure DNS only for fuzzing out the subdomains. Because when you do fuzzing out, you found a lot of things, and also you can make your own custom automations. I might drop one soon on the Twitter, so make sure you follow me. I might drop one more based on you can say grabbing out subdomains from waybacks, from JS files, so you can definitely take a look onto that. Alright, in the upcoming life, maybe we should make that one. I don't know, I'll update. Then subfinder, I'm just gonna break down my own that I used in the recent few cases on private contracts, on some sort of, you can say, other programs I will be hunting on. So subfinder, come on man, that's cool tool if you configure all the APIs. Then CITSH. CITSH is still one of my preference, because the CITSH command we can use, and that's a really good thing to use. Let me show you the CITSH command that you might want to use. I just have to usually copy all of them from my WhatsApp anyway. So for CITSH you can use this curl command. You can type it, or I might drop it in the description, maybe somewhere here. Have a look onto it. This is one of the good ones. Finding acquisitions, that's cool, and recursively finding for subdomains, that's also cool. We have already seen that. Now finding all open ports, that's cool. We have recently made automation on it. If you guys have seen, then you can just simply see GitHub. Here is the IP tool that is gonna do all the IP reconnaissance, but it only requires a Shodan Premium. If you have Shodan Premium, damn man, you are good to go with it. It is a simple script that is working on multiple things. You can even check the whole video where we made it live. It is just gonna find out all the functional ones. You can even use your templates and all this type of things. Then finding parameters, param spider and wayback URL. This is one of the very good one. By the way, this chat or this thing that I'm using is from one of my batches, so make sure to take a look on them. Now obviously get the S2 and use HTTPX, or like the S2 is subdomain collection, or like let me just name it to subdomain collection, or let's say subdomain final file. Subdomain final, use HTTPX. Now see, you are trying to find only 403 and 404 domains and do fuzzing on them, a lot of fuzzing. So suppose I have URLs which are only 404. Now I can try to fuzz on them using multiple playlists or multiple word lists, not playlists, sorry. Same for it. Now if I just try to do, how do we do that? Suppose I'm gonna go to my terminal, target, temporary. There's a lot of things. Let me just remove all of them. Or you can just do subfinder. You can make one-liners. That's really simple to create one, but definitely. I'm gonna do subfinder, tesla.com, httpx, -MC, 403 or let's say 404, and gonna save them in a 404 URLs. Now till it's working, I'll do one more thing. I'll just take a look on my word list. And see which ones I have. I'm gonna use the first.txt here. So let me just take a look on my location. I just need to make it clear. Now it's gonna find all the 403 subdomains, and that's really a good option that we want to do. So it's having around 1178 subdomains. Let's see. Anyway, till it's working, let's take a look on something else. This is the ffuf command that we are gonna use. Now see, you can use nuclear tag detections on it. Now this is not the actual template we would like to use. We are gonna use something. Go to HTTP folder, go to technologies, and use all of these to find out what technologies they are working on. So in one of my automation, I have used that. If they are using, suppose it is gonna sort all technologies, and then I'm gonna make every separate different file of it, like let's say Grafana, Jira, Nginx, maybe going for Apache, right? I'm gonna make all the txt files and do the fuzzing onto them same. So look, fuzzing them, that's a good option because you're gonna find a lot of details when you're doing fuzzing on some sort of specific, let's say specific or specified word list for specific technologies, and that's gonna help you a lot into bug bounties, because it might give you a lot of internal parameters and do recursive fuzzing. That's also very good option to find something very valuable into them. In my recent live classes, we have seen that we have found a lot of you can say information disclosures. We have reported around 12 to 13 bugs onto them. We have even started the one-on-one sessions. So in that one-on-one sessions, we have still found a lot of things going on when it comes to fuzzing properly. Then doing something with Go Witness and Eyewitness, yeah, they are good. When you do screenshots of all these things, you have a very good collection of what you're gonna hunt on. You're gonna specify a specific attack surface, that what you're gonna do or how you're gonna do attacks one by one, and that can even give you a kind of a sweet look onto some sort of unimaginable, or maybe like that was not supposed to be there, something like that. This types of folders, this type of files, this type of dashboard will be easily available. So make sure you spend time on doing all these things, because that are not gonna be a time waste, definitely. So here we are done with it. Cat 404 URLs, cool. Now I'm gonna use the same command here, just gonna replace my name here and just gonna change my word list location. So my word list location is this. let's see what we can get. Now it is going to do all these things by itself and give us a good number of results. If there are some sort of open files, yeah, we got it. If there are no open files, come on, we can still try a lot of things. I'm just tried on 404, you can try on 403. When you're doing for 403, try for the functionals and try for the bypasses. Both of these are important, and if you are gonna make some sort of very basic things or basic automations, you can simply take one-liners of GF, as we have seen in many courses. We can simply do like you can know right, all the Udemy and other things are just based on it. Like take a look on parameters, take a look on Webex, combine them, use GF tool to find out the exact parameter, and then use Dalfox and all these types of things. You can do that if you want, but I'll say having a proper manual approach with all this type of things are very good. So let it do its thing. We can do one more thing. We can just do the HTTPX here, or we can do the same things like using the same one, subfinder. I haven't saved my subdomain file, or else you can use that one simply. You can just change the 404 with 403 and you are good to go. Now this is gonna do its work. We'll check if there is something, it will give you. If there is nothing, it won't be bothering you much about it. So you can even save all these things and see if there is something going on. I have used one of my smallest word list to show you, but you can use a large number of collection of word lists which contains bypasses, which contains functional things, which contain technology based bypasses, which can contain internal files, which can contain ports and all these things. So that are very useful when you're going to do the fuzzings and all this part. Now the one I was talking, let me just take a look here. This one I was talking about, that you can find out all the subdomains, waybacks, all these things like parameters. We have few tools, might drop in the member sections, maybe, not sure. You can try to find all the important files from the JS and make them look for some sort of specific subdomains. There are multiple tools in the market. I'm gonna drop some on Twitter maybe if I found some, and we'll tell it to you. Now Webaction are good for parameters, also good for JS Recon. You can use HTTPX on JS files to find more things, like searching for valid JS files and looking or using JS secrets and all these types of tools to have a very better approach, and skipping the 404 URLs. Shodan CLI on all targets and acquisitions, so you can find a wide number of IPs than doing the IP Recon tool, or you can use the IP tools available there. It depends on you how you want to use all these resources. Now these are all the 403 URLs. Now if I have 403 URLs, I'll simply use, see there's a health checkup.php going on. Let's see. I'm just assuming we don't know anything and we just found a file. So let's see what does this file have. We have two health checkup.php, so not sure about them. So it shows nothing. It's a 200 okay. What was the response here? Sizes are zeros. There's nothing going on. Maybe you can take a look on there and try to fuzz more for parameters, like adding some sort of parameters like this and looking for some resources. Maybe you can add random parameters. I'm just doing random things, but yeah, you can do a lot of things, lot of stuffs going on there. If you are quite active on Twitter, you know what to do when I say a lot of things. So it works like this in fuzzing part. When you're going for this type of 403 forbid, and you can even Google for the simplest 403 bypass word list, as I've already Googled them. Bypass 403. It's a pick list for it. Bypassing multiple 403. You can even use word list. Here the word list link. You can use any of them based on the requirements, obviously. You can use this type of multiple bypasses. Injector are already included into your playlist or word list. You can use that for sure. And there are a few more tools by the guy Ne, good friend of mine. You can definitely use it. Now moving to the next things, I guess here we are done, and we can use the same logic here or same file here. Now this time we will just use the same word list instead of using any other. Now you can do this on JS to find out the parameters. Those are asking like how can we find JS or all this type of you can say JS bypasses and this type of things. So you can simply use the JSF scan to find parameters from it, because I don't know I can show the POC right now here or not, but there are multiple POCs I have which are using just the JSF scan to find most of internal parameters, where you can do SQL injections, maybe do some sort of server side stuff, and that are having quite good results. So we can definitely take a look on this type of things. Now we have done good recon. Come on, that's good. Now just go to dorkings. Dorkings are quite good thing, because in dorking you can find lots of things. We have already made few videos on dorking. Just take a look on it. We have made a good number of videos on only docking with providing docs and doing it live. So definitely we can just take a look on Google Docking videos. We have even a whole podcast about dorking with Mike. You can just take a look on this one. These two are one of the best if you want to learn for only on dockings, because they're gonna help you a lot. Even if you dock for just a site, just only some sort of specific things, you can find a lot of things on that. Why not? No, I don't know what we have found. We have found docs. We don't know what it is. Also find few documents here. Status files. We might need to check it. So these are you use dorking to find out the things. Now Tesla is quite a good target. You can use other ones. I was just showing it for teaching you how to do reconnaissance and fuzzing. Now after dorking, what can we do? The first thing, take a time, like few hours, open all subdomains. Just have a good time, open all subdomains, take a look on them. That's not a big deal. Because if you're gonna sort out your exact requirements, there won't be a lot of subdomains. If there is like 5,000 subdomains, I am usually taking a look. If there's under 5,000 subdomains, I'll take a look on them manually one by one. And if there is more subdomains than 5k, I'll just use Go Witness and take a look on all the screenshots. So it depends on case to case what you wanna use. In my condition, I will use this trick. Then what? We can do few more things here. It's not limited to this thing. We can still do a lot of things going on. After JSF files and all these things, I recently reported few of the information disclosures based on just opening JS files. So if you have time, if you can, then open all the JS files. Instead of using tools, I can say that using JS files can be a bit helpful. Even though you can use do the whole JS thing using nuclei, you can just need to go to HTTP and use the exposures, only these ones. This will help you in a good amount, because this will only gonna look for all the exposed things. So yeah, you can use this one. Apart from it, if you just take a look on a very main thing, what to do after recon. That's a very different question, I guess. Very common question, not gonna say it a different question. What to do after recon. So see, that's not a very complicated thing, that what to do after recon. It's kind of very simple. We can do a pretty good number of things after recon. So see, it's not a thing that okay, what to do after recon. Take a look. Take a look at all the suspicious things you got during the reconnaissance. Maybe you found some sort of URLs, right? Find all parameters. So I'll just use the word sort all parameters and observe or test them you found during the recon. You may be using waybacks, maybe using parameter fuzzing, using param spider, whatever you are doing. I'm just gonna name the things randomly here. That doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. We have to just sort out what we need. Now test all the pages you got. Maybe you might be having a lot of dashboards you found using the reconnaissance process. Like, look, you are doing recon not to collect information, but to collect and use the information. So that's the main tip I have. Whatever you got, have a look on it. Explain them. Just take a look on the JS files, on the zip files, on the Gmails, right? Take a look on all the tokens. That would be the best thing to do after recon. Now, suppose you have done all these things and you got few reports, few videos. What will you do? What will you do, right? So, in that conditions, we are gonna do few things. After you have done all these things, now what will we do? We can do few things here. Let's say, jump to the main panel. It depends on you. I'm gonna jumping on the main application after I have done that, because in the whole process, I believe if you have done all these things properly, you will easily get, few bugs at least. No matter it's a P5 or a P3 or a P1, it doesn't matter like that, because maybe in this case you will find out all technologies, right? So after this case, you can jump on the main application, test for the things. Then the main thing, look for requests and responses, because they might be leaking something, or they might be having some parameters that can be pen tested, or that can be tested for some sort of security issues. So obviously you are gonna do and look for the response and request on both of the files, because that is gonna give you a good response or good number of results onto that. So I would do these two things majorly. After that, you might find a lot of URL, like suppose there is a app.target.com that is having a lot of dependencies on some sort of logs.target.com, or maybe CDN, something like that, cdn.target.com. Now you can take a look on all these types of URLs for security issues when there is multiple targets allowed on a single target. You can use all the things, right? And if you are having a quite good VPS, something like that, do a thing. You have all the list of HTTPX and this type of things, or you might even have the list of the subdomains. Use both of them for fuzzing and finding all the technologies going on there, and then fuzzing them based on the technologies. That can, or that might help, or that should help. I'm not sure what to say, but that thing should be helpful in many cases. I find these commands from Twitter, so I don't remember who made them, but it goes to the guys who have given this command on Twitter. I'll be saying that's a good idea for it. Or you might use the ChatGPT. If you don't know how to use ChatGPT to create tools and all these things, you can take a look on the last live we have done. Now, doing this thing, testing for functionalities based on the checklist. You can find a lot of checklists on Google, so you can simply just write Google checklist for bug bounties. And those who are asking for what is your methodology, now this would be my primary methodology working on to reconnaissance. So I'm gonna end this part 2 of recon video here. And I guess that was for the video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. I'll drop my WhatsApp number somewhere here in the description. You can check it. And make sure you take a look on the 10 days of recon and other 10 days of recon bootcamp. So in short, the recon bootcamp is completely based on live reconnaissance. We are gonna choose a target, do everything I tell, find everything, or try to find most of the things out of it and report them. And also we are gonna make a lot of one-liners, automations, this type of things, and I'm gonna provide few of my automations tool in that bootcamp. So make sure you take a look onto it. And those who are interested into one-on-one trainings and all these types of things, contact me or my team from the WhatsApp number given in the description. And see you guys in the upcoming video. Have a great day.